The star of Elemental Shaman is Scar the Catastrophe, a 7 mana 7/7 legendary with a battle cry that deals 1 damage to all enemies, improved by the number of turns in a row you've played an elemental. So if we play elementals on 1 all the way up through 6, play Scar on turn 7, it will deal 7 damage to all enemies, including the enemy hero. So this is an extremely powerful closer for an aggro deck, and if the first Scar doesn't get the job done, then we can simply play Cold Storage, get another Scar, and that one surely will close out the game. Another card with a similar effect is Azurite Giant, an 8 mana 8/8 minion that costs 1 less for each turn in a row we've played an elemental. And it's worth noting, if you break the chain of elementals, these effects do reset, so Scar will only deal 1, and the Azurite Giant will go back up to 8 mana. So we really don't want that to happen, but it's not much of an issue because this deck is playing 27 elementals, including several pretty strong ones from the new set. One of the most interesting is Eroded Sediment, which gives us an elemental minion from the past, which means any elemental that's in Wild and not currently in Standard. And there are definitely some spicy options offered to us sometimes. We also got some elementals that just have totally insane stats. Minecart Cruiser is a 3 mana 4/5 rush, and Living Prairie is a 5 mana 5/4 that summons 2 3/3s with rush. Elemental Shaman was, for sure, the easiest new deck to build, but it's got some pretty fun payoffs. Druid should be a good matchup for me. I see a 1/2/3. Sediment's probably not a keep. Scar would have been a keep, though, so happy to end up with it. Let's get a nice early Flame Revenant down. Probably the worst possible elemental here. Unless... I guess this can give a Light Ray, right? That would probably be the worst. So second worst. What a hand. If I play both 1-drops, how many elementals can I draw and play next turn? 18 of 23 cards would be playable elementals. I mean, whiffing just sucks so bad. I think it's not worth risking. Got a 1/1 instead of a 3/2. I guess that's fine. Alright, well, I drew a playable, but that's fine. And now the Azurite Giants are online, so it doesn't matter too much what I draw at this point. I guess I'm sending 2/3 power minions into this. What's the best draw in my deck? I guess anything 2 or less mana, so I can play it alongside one of the Giants. Actually, maybe just a Brass Elemental would be best, because it gets double buffed by Flame Revenants. Oh wow. I heard about playing that card with the big dragon golem thing, but I thought that was a meme. Someone's really playing Ajaran Gardens? I respect it. It could be good. The Dang Blaster. If I play this, these cost 3, so I could double Azurite Giant next turn. I guess we start blasting. Oh, that was, Embracive natured. Pack the House is definitely a powerful card. But it seems very likely Scar is going to be lethal. Even if they play the Dragon Golem, their deck is apparently built around. Scar really, really destroys that play. Wow, they got that from the Time Lost Proto Drake. That would be pretty insane if I didn't have the hardest counter to that play in the game. Well, I have a very good hand. One drop, a bit of a curve, and Magatha. And even cold storage now. Probably just Glacial Shard here. Okay, cool. With double cold storage, that means Magatha always draws 5. Wow. What a bad turn. Pointing Magatha would have broken my chain, so I simply had to do this. I wish I had a defrost here. Could have gone Magatha here. It's very likely I would have been able to coin out a 1. But this is just safer, I think. And even if I drew a 1, if it came alongside a Frost Plague, it would have broken my chain. And then 8/8's pretty good. And now there's no Frost Plague. Okay, it would be extreme... Okay, now there is a Frost Plague. It would be extremely unlucky if my Elemental Chain broke here. But that's a good start. Alright, looks like we're fine. Deathweaver Aura is a respectable card. Is there any reason I would coin out another 1 here? I don't think so. It's Scar, the best card in my deck. How fun. Pack the House is respectable. I guess maybe I hold on to Bubbler. So I could, so I have the option to play it with Pack the House next turn. Seems really unlikely that would be the play, but I also don't think it's super likely that Bubbler being on board changes much here. It's a good minion. Oh, wow. Holy shit, this turn was insane. What the fuck just happened? You know what the craziest part about that turn is? My opponent is actually just still going to lose this game to Scar. That's the crazy shit. This bubbler here. Whatever, that's fine. Hopefully there's not some random card from containment unit that makes me unable to coin cold storage here. Hey, it's my good friend. Alright, next Scar does 9. If I can find any elemental to play for 2 mana, it does 10. You've been scarred. 1 mana card. Maybe it's better to trade the bubbler here, but I liked pushing 2. Emerald Sky Talon. It's probably the pick, but it's not exactly that great here, since Bubbler dies to this 1/1 anyway. The new 1 mana spell just summons snakes. I'm not too worried about that. But I probably don't want to give them a banana target, so I'll just trade this off. Let's do that. Oh, okay, whatever. I missed the buff on this, but then I got a different buff, so it was a 3/3 rush either way. It didn't really matter. The wolf is not a 3/1 anymore, so it wouldn't have killed my Flame Revenant either way. Am I freezing face? Sure. I probably should have played Giant over the taunt here. My hand is pretty low in value, so it's not like this Giant is, how do I say it? Like, I'm gonna have to spend mana on the Giant eventually anyway, so it doesn't, or I'm not gonna have to, but like, next turn there's gonna be nothing else to do but spend mana on it. So I should have just played the minion that was 5/5 larger this turn. Hey, they are playing Sneaky Snakes. Cold storage. What do? You draw a beast? I do play a beast. Play Shockhopper, Amalgam. I think those are the only ones. Should I just don't think anything is worth cold storaging. It heals a lot, but the elemental still kills most of their board. Oh, and it killed a totem on my side. Unfortunate. Well, this 9/9 is still kind of cooking. Hey, that's a good card. Give me Calamos. Oh. They gave me Calamos. I believe Calamos does 6 damage on Battlecry, so opponent being at 12 means they do die over 2 turns. Mr. Mukla, can you afford to give me bananas here? I guess you can. I can take 12 from that, can't I? Pretty sure I can. So I can fill my board with 1/1s. Seems bad. I can heal 12, which does nothing. I can deal 3 damage to all enemy minions, which kills Mukla. But I think it's better to just deal 6 to the enemy hero. And then if, for some reason, this doesn't kill next turn, then like maybe I deal 3 damage then. Reno. So fun. So yeah, I probably have to deal the 3 here. Or top deck Scar. I mean, maybe Calamos is still lethal by just hitting them in their dumb face. Okay. Relatively bad star power. Who are you? Summon a 3 cost. That's a good card. How many bananas are we feeding to the saxophone? I guess just all the bananas. If this dies, my board still does 7, so I have enough bananas to push 10. So they do have to be worried about the shock hopper. Okay, at least they got a terrible 3. Zombies. I mean, it does make it less likely they have freezing trap, but surely that's still freezing trap, right? This draws a card. Maybe I should put this out of Hollowhound range. No, they've already played Hollowhound in their Reno deck. Okay. Not Cat Trick, not Hidden Meaning, not Motion Denied, not Zombies. It's just gotta be freezing, right? So Hero Power Weapon kills my 7/7. Oh. I guess that was a good reason to buff the Seam Guardian. So weapon, hero power 3/2. I mean, I just need to draw Scar, just like every other game with this deck. I did it. Beautiful. level 1 too. Zap. Let's go double small minion since we have Flame Rev. Definitely not the card I was hoping for against Priest. 1 mana heal 4 is what they get in hand, I believe. Let's go Brasselli. I'm not using the rush, but it's so many stats. The opponent might just be dead after playing 3 cards this game. Okay, they're not dead. But my turn is still extremely strong. Corrupt become a weapon. Don't mind if I do. If they are forced to use Harmonic Pop here, then I have this to corrupt, and then this is lethal. Light Bomb is the same thing. Got him. Alright, lost a game a few matches ago to Patchwork. I wonder if this warrior opponent will be playing triple Patchwork. Wait a second, why isn't my deck tracker on the screen? I just realized. It was gone this whole time. Good overload card.
This place is scary.
Okay, it's Taunt Warrior. And Rolling Stone is extremely good here. Didn't I have Scar in my hand? Did I mulligan it? Am I hallucinating? No, that was against the Paladin that conceded on turn 1. Anyway. Let's get some cute little elementals in play. And then it looks like my next couple turns are almost always going to be Brass into Prairie. Just a Serenite Chain Gang. Oh, this is such an insane Brass Elemental because it gets +1/+1 here. I have 1 damage over lethal, so... Oh, that was quick drawn. I was going to say, so I can trade off the Frog and then get a full Prairie. Which I am still going to do here. But, it's not going to be lethal. Probably want the 4/1 to go face. Found a 1-drop to go with my Magatha next turn, by the way, which is really good. Minotaurin in your Taunt Warrior. That's extremely annoying. Can they cold storage another Minotaur in? Yeah, it would be good to keep them. It would be good enough to keep them alive. But they're not going for it. Big taunts. I have another cow. I think it's 1 damage off lethal. 3, 2, 3, 5, 6. Well, let's discover something. Minecart Cruiser is a great card. Don't think it changes anything about this turn, though. I guess this could go face, and then they could cold storage it for another Minotauran. They'd heal up to 11, kill this, I'd be showing 12. So probably not good for them.
Unity, precision, perfection. Now, where did I put my explosives?
This is definitely reverted to being a Scar game. What? Actually, I guess Magatha is just really good in that deck, huh? Fair enough. Ragnaros. I'm down to try to snipe Ziliax. I can't kill this, though. Do I do things other than trying to snipe Ziliax? I mean, Rag is just good to have in play against Taunt Warrior. They don't really have a great response to it, I don't think. Yes, landed the Killy on the Zilly. Love to see it. They can have a Tortoise here, but it leaves up an 8-8. Or an 8-4, I think. Actually, they did play a Detonation Juggernaut too, so it might leave up an 8-2. Insane hits. But overall, it probably wasn't that great of a turn for the opponent. Deal 5 damage. That's a nice card to have. You control a secret. That's pretty hard for my deck to do. Plus 1 less for each card you've played this game that didn't start in your deck. I have done a lot of discovering. They were gifted my cold storage. I've played 2 Shock Hoppers though, and I think I haven't yet played this Ancestral Knowledge, but that's 2 cards. Amalgam of the Deep, double Menacing Nimbus. I mean, the Giant's pretty cheap, but it's gotta just be Sleepbreaker, right? It's gotta just be Sleepbreaker. I can draw 3 cards next turn if for whatever reason I desperately need to play Scar. This thing has 4 power, which is not very good against this. Let's draw at least 2 cards. And you know what? I think I'm going to draw that 3rd card as well. Walking Mountain could be pretty sick. Do I want to go ahead and... Yeah, sure. I need to get through that eventually anyway. So, Walking Mountain can just smack the turtle twice. And then my board pushes 10, which isn't quite lethal. Oh, shouldn't have damaged that, I guess. Wow, damaging that was so bad. Olgra should have died and not killed my bubbler here. Walking Mountain takes 14 damage here, so it actually survives. It's kind of nasty. Sure, I mean, they just fucking die if they can't kill it. Oh, Scar, where are you, my friend? Tiamat's a sick card. Alar? Alar is kind of sick too, isn't it? I guess it's not that hard for Remornia to kill it. Keep Remornia imprisoned for a turn. They have played a lot of good Black Rock and Roll cards. That's the wrong giant elemental. This gets 2 of Rush, Taunt, Divine Shield, Wind Fury. Oh, right. This is... I get to pick. So 6 damage to this. 6 plus 5 is pretty good. Yeah, this card would not be very good if its effect was random. I think I care more about having a board than pushing damage. So I'll trade that instead of trading these 2 minions. Because once I draw Scar, this game is just mega over, right? I'm not too worried about pushing an extra... I guess it would have only pushed 1 extra damage this turn. That just doesn't seem important. Armadillo. Hey, there's a card that wins the game. Does it win the game straight up? It sure does. Cute board you had there, warrior. But you were dead through 2 giant taunts from 15. Sorry you didn't know.